Hari Om. In our previous video, we have seen an introduction to the indexer and we have also seen a demo program. So, we will continue with the indexers in this video. An indexer allows an object to be indexed just like an array when the class is a container for other objects. We have seen some examples also. I hope, here the class is container for another kind of objects. Here a class is a container for another kind of object which is an integer array. So if you have a class as a container for other objects, then I can use an indexer. When an indexer is defined for a class, it behaves just like a virtual array. Therefore, you can access the data elements using the array access operator square bracket. So that is what we have seen in the example, or the elements of the object are accessed using the index within the square bracket, which is the array access operator. So this is an example. This is a syntax that shows how a one-dimensional indexer can be defined. You will be specifying a return data type. You will specify a return data type which you call as the element data type. Whatever element you want to get using the indexer, that data type is to be specified. Whatever value is returned by the specified index, that should be the data type for the element here. Then you use your this keyword, then you will be passing an array index, and observe here, this is not parenthesis as you use in a method. This is a square bracket which is your array access operator, and you will be passing an index. Then in the block you will be specifying the getter method and you will be specifying the setter method as you define for the properties. This is the syntax for a one-dimensional indexer. We are going to discuss another example where the index specified here will be a string data type. Usually we have experienced in C++ and Java, the array index is always specified as an integer. Now here in C# for the class indexer, it can be an integer or it can be any other data type also. We are going to see an example where the index is used as a string. Let us go to the example now. This is the program. I am declaring a class called myDate, and the date will be having day, month and year. I am writing a constructor here. In the constructor, I am passing three values. These values will be assigned. D will be assigned for day, M for month and Y for year. I am initializing the day, month and year of the date class. Observe here, I am declaring an indexer. I am declaring an indexer here. In the previous example, we have declared an indexer where the index used here was an integer. Here what I am going to do, I am going to use a string as an index, and I am going to return an integer. What is the value you can return here? You will be returning either a day, month or an year, which is a integer data type. So the return element data type is integer, and I am passing a string as an index. So what you are going to do in the getter method, if the string passed is day, or it is in capital letter day, or if it is small letter day, then I will be returning the day value. If the string passed here is month, then I will be returning month. If the string passed here is year, then I will be returning year. If these values are not passed in the string, I will be returning 0, which can be an invalid date. The same way, in the setter method, what you are going to do, if the string passed is, when I say string, remember it is an index. If the index passed is day, then I will be setting the value to day. If it is month, I will be setting the value to M. If it is year, I will be setting the value to year. If none of these is specified in the index, then I will be setting values 0 to day, month and year. Okay, so this is how I am defining an indexer. Now observe the program, main program now. So in the main program, what I have done, I have created an object of myDate class. So I pass value 1/1/2020 to the constructor, and you can see here in the constructor 1/1/2020 will be assigned to day, month and year. So I have created a date, and I am just displaying the date here. When I am displaying the date, observe here what I have done. I want to display a message called date, and I want to display the date in this particular format, day/month/year. So how do you access the values for this? I am using the object name, and I am using the array access operator, and I pass a string as an index. What is the string I am passing? Within double quotes I am passing day. So automatically this will go and invoke the getter method. In the getter method, the string passed is day. So it will check here, string is equal to day. This comes to true. So it will be returning the day value here. In the same way, dt of month will get the month value. dt of year will get the year value. Then you can observe here, I am using the setter method where you assign a new value to month, dt of month. You are not accessing it using dt.dd or dt.mm. That is how we assign values using the dot operator. Here I am not using dot operator, I am using the indexer. I assign a new value 12, and then again I am trying to display it, and here I am giving value like days. The index is given as days, which is not encountered here in the getter or setter method. I have used day, capital day, small day, but I have not used days here. So that becomes automatically an invalid index, and it will be returning 0. If here it goes to the setter method, and if it is invalid, it will be setting the day, month and year with value 0. Right? So let us execute this program. It will be more clear to you. Let me close this program, earlier program. I open the date program. So this is the program we are talking about. I declare date with day, month and year, and a constructor assigning values. And interestingly, the very important part here is the indexer declare. The indexer takes a string argument. If the string is day, it returns dd. If it is month, it returns mm. If it is year, it returns y. And in the setter method also, it checks for the day, month in the year. Accordingly, the value will be assigned to the data member, and I am trying to display the date here in the main program. Let us execute this program. I compile it using the MCS. And I am going to execute the program. You can see the output now. See, I have initialized with 1/1/2020. My first date was 1/1/2020 using the constructor. Then I have assigned month with 12. So the date is changed to 1/12/2020. But the third time I have given a wrong indexer saying days, which is not specified in the indexer definition. So it has set the value 0000 to day, month and year. I will show you the program again. First I have set the values with 1/1/2020 and I try to display it. Then I am changing the value of month to 12. Then I am displaying the value. Then I try to give a wrong index here and I assign the value. By the time day, month and year are set to value 0. So that is what is shown in the output. So this clearly defines your indexer can use an integer argument or it can also use a string argument. Not only that, it can use any data type as its argument depending upon the situation of the application or need of your application. So in the next video, we will be discussing the difference between properties and indexer.